The woman just went to use the airplane restroom, never imagining that this simple trip would end up saving her life. The plane suddenly started shaking violently, and the instant weightlessness threw her into the air. When she came to, everything around her was completely trashed. She tried to open the bathroom door but couldn't get it to budge, so she had to kick it open with her feet. The moment she stepped out, she was absolutely stunned. Outside was nothing but snow and ice everywhere. The plane had obviously crashed into a mountain during flight. Jenny found her family members, but tragically, they had already frozen solid. She desperately tried to dig their bodies out of the snow. Just then, a man heard the noise and emerged from the wreckage. Now it was just the two of them left alive on the entire plane, depending on each other for survival. They knew they had to get out of there. After gathering some useful supplies, they set off and soon reached the edge of the mountain, the only way out of this place. The two had no choice but to risk their lives climbing down along the cliff face. For Jenny, who had been afraid of heights since childhood, this was harder than reaching for the stars. Jenny missed her footing and nearly fell, but luckily Paul grabbed her just in time. Through sheer determination, they finally made it halfway down the mountain, but the cliff here was 10 times more treacherous than above. Jenny just glanced down once and felt dizzy and nauseous. She was so terrified she couldn't move. Even though Jenny's legs were shaking like jelly, she knew she had to keep going to survive. But after Paul took just a few more steps, he realized there weren't any more protruding rocks for them to climb down on. The two were now stuck halfway down the mountain with nowhere to go. In this critical moment, Paul suddenly had an idea. He took a running leap and jumped right off the cliff, landing perfectly in a tree below. With the tree breaking his fall, he managed to survive. He quickly shouted up to Jenny that this method actually worked. He told her to aim for the tree and jump down. For someone with a fear of heights like Jenny, this was asking the impossible. But with Paul's encouragement, she finally took the leap.